From Cathie Wood's huge message for cryptos, including Dogecoin and rising crypto adoption to the latest data and updates, I'm going to talk about some very important things. So let's talk about it. So there is a lot of price volatility going on for cryptos right now. We know that the market rebounded slightly the other day after President Biden signed the executive order on cryptos. However, we are still seeing that the crypto market is under a lot of pressure as the prices are down again. Now the good thing is that there is some improvement in the overall market sentiment. We can see here that the crypto fear and greed index has returned to fear sentiment level during the last 24 hours. So I'll talk about some important data and updates for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and others, but let's first come to the big update coming from Cathie Wood. So this is indeed a big update because we know that she is one of the most successful and popular investors in the world, and her growing interest in cryptos is indeed a big thing. So Cathie Wood is saying that decentralized finance could threaten the supremacy of financial institutions. She believes that the financial revolution is DeFi, and the combination of digital wallets and DeFi is going to hollow out a lot of financial institutions. She thinks that it may already be happening because a lot of lending and saving is taking place on DeFi because it offers lower loan rates and higher saving rates, so that's a compelling combination. Wood thinks that DeFi is scaling enormously and has already had its resilience tested by past market developments. She also believes that DeFi users were leveraging Bitcoin and Ethereum during recent market stumbles, and it is evidence that the DeFi ecosystem is still going strong. According to her, in May of 2021, we had Bitcoin cut in half, Ethereum cut by more than half, and she was waiting for the leverage in the DeFi system to topple it, and it didn't. So whatever doesn't kill these networks is making them stronger. So what Cathie Wood is trying to say here is that the DeFi sector is actually getting stronger along with cryptos, and she thinks that traditional financial sectors are going to be diminished due to this combination of DeFi and cryptos. So this is basically good news for cryptos since Cathie Wood is praising it. And her support for cryptos means a lot for it since she is one of the most successful investors in the world, and investors actually follow her advice. Now, we know that Cathie Wood has been involved in crypto sectors for years. For example, last month, we saw Cathie Wood's investment firm Ark Invest adding one of the most prominent Bitcoin on-chain analysts, David Puel, as a crypto researcher. David Puel is going to start as a crypto and on-chain researcher at the firm. With his new role, it is expected that he will push the barriers of on-chain analysis for Bitcoin. So this is a good thing for Bitcoin and cryptos. But I think the most important thing to note here is that Cathie Wood is now showing more and more interest in cryptos and crypto-related investments. But this is not it. We also know that she has remained very bullish on Bitcoin even when it has been struggling to move to the upside during the start of this year. We can see here that her firm has previously made a prediction that Bitcoin's price could exceed $1 million by 2030. They believe that this is going to happen because Bitcoin's global adoption and usage are still only in its early days, and the institutional ownership of Bitcoin will broaden in the future. Moreover, Wood believes that Bitcoin is a significant asset class and a new monetary system capable of more than merely inflation protection. Similarly, Cathie Wood has also previously predicted that the value of Bitcoin will go near the $500K price level in 5 years. And coming to this prediction, Cathie Wood said that institutional investment in Bitcoin is increasing and it will propel Bitcoin to $500K in the coming years. Now, here's why her support for Bitcoin and others is also very significant for Dogecoin. So if we go back to September, Cathie Wood revealed that Ark Invests' future exposure to crypto would be around 60% Bitcoin and 40% Ethereum. This is because their interest has grown in Ethereum owing to its proof-of-work to proof-of-stake transition, and we know that Dogecoin is also going to transition from a proof-of-work protocol to proof-of-stake. So the point is that since Ark Invest is investing in ETH as a result of the proof-of-stake shift, it is quite likely that the firm will also invest in Doge. So if it happens, Dogecoin is going to get an endorsement from one of the most successful investors in the world. So the point is that Cathie Wood's interest in cryptos and her bullish predictions means a lot for Bitcoin and the overall market. This is because we know that she is already among the top money managers and has been the most compelling and so far accurate with her investment strategies. Wood and his firm have been pretty much successful when it comes to investment, and they have made huge profits for their clients over the years. So this means that her growing interest in cryptos is going to inspire many big investors to get on the crypto bandwagon. And since she is an experienced investor, her price predictions for Bitcoin can also come true. And with that being said, let's come to Dogecoin's current price movements. So after showing a slight uptrend the other day, Dogecoin has been unable to continue its momentum, and it has fallen below 12 cents yet again. It appears that it is finding it difficult to find any pace owing to all these political and macroeconomic factors that are creating immense pressure on the overall crypto market. And we can see here that the current situation is looking bearish for Doge since its moving averages are in the negative territory. So I think we will have to wait since it appears that it will take some time for Doge to recover from here. And with that being said, let's come to Bitcoin's price for a minute. So Bitcoin halted its latest rally after witnessing a significant surge the other day, and it has now dropped below the 40K price level. It appears that traders have adopted a cautious stance before U.S. inflation data that is expected to show a massive spike in consumer prices through February. We are now seeing that U.S. consumer prices are forecast to have risen by 7.9% last month, their fastest pace in nearly 40 years. While it is widely believed that Bitcoin performs well amid rising inflation, the trend of rising inflation has been negative for Bitcoin in recent months. This is because its correlation with stocks has increased recently, and investors are considering it as a risk-driven asset. On the other hand, Bloomberg senior commodity strategist Mike McGlone thinks that the Federal Reserve's planned interest rate hikes and rising inflation could help propel Bitcoin to new all-time highs. He believes that the perfect storm of geopolitical tensions, soaring oil prices, and domestic monetary policies are setting the stage for a major economic recession. He is saying that when this happened in 2018, when the market already dropped 15% or so, rates were hiked 4 times, and it is lose-lose for risk assets, which is where Bitcoin fits into that space. McGlone thinks that in the wake of markets selling off in most asset classes, the fact Bitcoin is dropping less than the Nasdaq could be a sign that it is separating from the pack. And he is saying that Bitcoin appears to be in the process of transitioning into a risk-off asset and eventually will top the 100K valuation. Another thing I want to mention here is that Bitcoin's recent rally saw it diverge further from the equity market. While stock markets slumped further on news that the United States will ban Russian oil, the Bitcoin rallied more than 7% to break above 41K. Compared to stocks, Bitcoin has found its footing in recent weeks, despite tumbling in line with equities in the initial stages of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. It has lost about 6% in the last 30 days compared to a 9% drop in the S&P 500 index. Meanwhile, data from crypto researcher Kaiko showed that Bitcoin's correlation to equities and conventional assets had touched a 2-month low over the past 30 days. Moreover, it is expected that this correlation is going to reduce as the U.S. President Joe Biden has just signed an executive order that is widely expected to benefit crypto adoption. So this could boost adoption and help crypto markets carve their own path away from equities and other risk-driven assets. Now another very positive thing happening for Bitcoin is that more and more investors are buying the dips. While we know that retail investors have been busy accumulating more and more Bitcoin in recent days, it appears that big whales have also started to jump on the bandwagon. Just recently, the third largest Bitcoin whale has added another 28 million worth of Bitcoin in the past couple of days. So this bullish move from whales can help Bitcoin in gaining some momentum from here. And now, let's come to some important crypto updates. So we are now seeing that crypto exchange giant Binance is making moves to invest in non-crypto businesses as part of the company's plans to continuously expand crypto adoption. And as per CEO Champagne Zhao, they want to identify and invest in 1 or 2 targets in every economic sector and try to bring them into crypto. The strategy is about making the crypto industry bigger. So this is bullish news for cryptos, as this move from Binance is expected to increase crypto adoption. And another update we are now seeing is that Goldman Sachs is now offering interested clients access to an Ethereum fund issued by Galaxy Digital. In fact, we can see here that with a $250K minimum investment, the fund has sold over $50 million to 28 clients. So this clearly shows that more and more institutional investment is now coming to cryptos, which is very bullish news. So from Cathie Wood's bullishness on cryptos to rising adoption, we have just seen some positive news for Dogecoin and cryptos. And this is why I'm still bullish on Doge, and I think it is going to move to the upside in the long term. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you think Doge is heading from here? Let me know in the comments section below.